This magnetic keyboard doesn't just perform well, but it also has a touch screen. Let's go ahead and check it out. Very nice, simple, secured packaging, all of the accessories. Well, I didn't really see any keycap switch puller, not really a big deal for me, but yeah, take that in mind. Now, first impressions on the keyboard, I really like how it looks like, and if you really like green, I think you would really love this keyboard, this variation. I think it looks very clean. This is the Jungle Eye variation, but you can also get it in Starlight Reaper or Pink Blaze. All of them does look pretty nice. But yeah, the keyboard also does feel very high quality. It does have a full aluminum case from what I can feel, and it also does have a good amount of rubber for, you know, anti-slip. This ring does feel like aluminum metal as well. We also have some RGB down here that we're gonna be checking out later. Oh, and yeah, if you can tell already, it does have a big screen with a little knob, or big knob actually. And by the way, this screen is touchscreen. This is apparently a 1.7-inch 218 ppi LCD display, 60 Hz refresh rate, touch escape key. So every time you touch it, I'm guessing it will act like an escape key, which is pretty cool. We'll see how customizable the screen and that touch function will be in the software later. Now moving on to the keycap, these are double shot PBT, very high quality. I have no problems with them. Then for the switches, these should be KOMs from TTC. This is the RGB version of that switch, and yeah, the RGB is definitely gonna look good through these switches, all transparent. They do feel pretty nice, pretty tactile, snappy, very stable. They do sound pretty okay, kind of high pitch, not really focused on the sound if I would describe these switches, more on stability. But yeah, here's a little sound test. It sounds okay, but yeah, here's a little sound test with the switches and the keycaps on. You know what? I was not expecting these sounds with the TTC KOMs. Like, this is good. But I think if you really want better sounds, switching to like Jade Pros might definitely improve the sound, or OLAB TI, Flux switches, Wuchuwei Studios. But yeah, I think another reason why this keyboard sounds amazing is because of its lift spring. It is still pretty stiff, but yeah, there is some bounce here and there, but there's also a lot of layers inside. You can definitely tell they made a lot of efforts in making this keyboard sound good. The stabilizers also sound amazing. I'm not sure if you can see it through the camera, but yeah, I'm pretty sure there is some loop there that I can see. Yeah, you can see the efforts, the layers here as well. Very nice stabilizers. But okay, enough about the good quality and sounds. How about the performance and its other features? Of course, this is a magnetic keyboard, adjustable actuation points. It apparently has a rapid trigger sensitivity of 0.01 millimeters. You can also set 0 dead zone, and it has no ghosting. It also has 16K Hz scanning rate and 8000 Hz polling rate that we're going to be checking out more and testing out more in Keyboard Inspector and my latency testing tool. We're also going to be checking for features like SOCD, mod tap toggle key. Do we have that in its web-based software in a little bit? I also just want to talk a little bit about these feet, since it's also one of the unique features of this keyboard. But yet, apparently has a 0.5 degrees adjustable step, so you can go down to as low as 6 degrees up to 11 degrees leg tilt. So yeah, like very little tilts over here. Pretty straightforward. But yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and plug this keyboard in and see its screen and its RGB. So there we go, Dry Studio Gaming. and it displays the escape key. So yeah, I'm guessing it does work like an escape key. The RGB is pretty vibrant. It does have a pretty decent brightness. We'll see if we can make it brighter in the software. But yeah, this screen also displays the button you are pressing and how deep you are pressing it. Am I right? Yeah, look. I'm not pressing S that much, but if I press it that deep, yeah, it does detect it. Pretty cool. And I'm pretty sure we can also change the profiles here. So live, self-only, Valorant, battle. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Anyways, I got the website where you can buy this keyboard from. If you scroll down and then go to over here to the web-based software, just click that, connect the keyboard, and yeah, that's pretty much how easy it is to access the software. And as you can see, I kind of messed with my personalized profile already. But yeah, we do have different layers as well. You can remap the keys. We also have performance over here. I have my WASD on very sensitive settings, 0.01 millimeters. You can set it to as low as that. We also have dead zone that you can set to 0 if you don't want any. Yeah, you can actually set this to 0, and it's very, yeah, you're not really gonna notice any accidental activations even when you're wiggling the key. Yeah, but there's probably an anti-misseparation mode, anti-shake rattle mode turned on that I don't know where to turn off. If you do experience an accidental activations though, just make sure to higher the dead zone over here. But yeah, I'm not gonna go to too much details on my reasons why I set these specific settings for these specific keys, because I already made a separate video about that. But yeah, that's really gonna be it for the performance tab. You can also change the polling rate for those interested. But yeah, moving on to remap. Yeah, I already mentioned remap the keys over here. Lighting effects. Yeah, these reactive ones are pretty cool. But yeah, I really like blooming flowers. We're already at the max brightness for this effect. Very customizable. Change the sleep time, reverse. The colors are also pretty customizable. And if you don't like any of these effects, you can also like really customize your own. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the lighting effects. Moving on to advanced keys. As you can see, we do have SOCD, which I already set for my AND, toggle key, mod tap, and DKS. Pretty much all of the features you will be needing is over here. Now for the screen settings, okay, I'm not 100% these are not translated stuffs here. Hopefully they can translate it soon. Not really a big deal. Oh, this is for the back, for the under the reflective one. We do have these effects, and from what it seems, they're not really given a name. They're just style 1, style 2, style 3, style 4, I'm guessing. But yeah, I really like this last effect over here. Not sure what it is, but yeah, I think it's a little bit too fast though. But yeah, if you don't want that, you can turn it off and explore these different. Oh, this is custom from what it seems like. If you're going for a specific theme, for example green, because you know, green on green, yeah, pretty cool. Then I saw over here, this is for the screen, yeah, and this is apparently the translation. We do have daily mode logo, daily mode wallpaper, all this stuff, custom mode wallpaper. We can even upload our own, scale it, rotate it, and this is to restore the default. Okay, let's try one for the custom logo, because it is my custom logo. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Let's upload that. Is this the upload button? Yeah, okay. Okay, let's try switching to my custom. Ah, look at that! Wait, that actually looks so clear and vibrant on the screen. That looks like HD. This is a very high quality screen, but yeah, this one is gonna be for the custom mode wallpaper, so I'm guessing it's gonna change this escape kind of logo. Let's try a GIF over here. Will it work? Upload that. Okay. I'm a bit confused because it's still showing escape, but oh, and yes, it does activate the escape button every time I click it, as you can see. Oh, wait. So every time I press a key, it shows that the whatever wallpaper I'm on. Look at this. Every time I press W, then for the GIF, oh, there it is. But yeah, the GIF isn't really moving. Yeah, it's just a stable picture. I think a lot would like to change this escape picture though. For example, like to a GIF, so you know, even though you're not typing, whenever you're not pressing anything, it still has your own picture or GIF, even better. And yeah, it doesn't even replace the whole screen. It just like the center, whatever wallpaper you choose. Interesting. I think it can definitely be improved on future firmware updates. I think I'm on pretty latest software. Okay, I'm updating the firmware, so maybe I'm actually not. Okay, seems like we are done, so we should be in the latest firmware now, right? Doesn't really seem like anything changed though. Everything looks the same actually. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the web-based software. I don't really have any problems with it feature-wise. wise. I think some areas are not being translated though, so that can definitely be improved. The firmware update being inside the screen settings as well, maybe a little bit quality of life, unless this firmware update is specifically for the screen, I guess. But yeah, I don't really have any major issues with the software. I think the looks fit the theme they're going for really well, and it is very easy to access. Has all of the features that you will be needing pretty much, or at least I will be needing. But I also tested this in Keyboard Inspector, and as you saw earlier, we did set this to 8000 Hz polling rate, but for some reason, no matter the polling rate I set in the software, it keeps showing these results in Keyboard Inspector. I'm not sure which is the problem. Is it Keyboard Inspector? Is it the keyboard? Like, I don't know, but Keyboard Inspector is not showing 8000 Hz polling rate patterns when I'm using the Battleye at least. But the Battleye won't really disappoint you when it comes to like real performance, which I think matters more than the polling rate. And who knows, it might actually be 8000 Hz. The Keyboard Inspector might just be bugging or something. I'm not gonna go to too much details on how this latency testing tool works because I already made a separate video about that. But what it pretty much does is it measures the latency between when it comes into contact with the keyboard or the keycap to be specific, and until when the computer actually receives that signal. But yeah, as you can see over here, we got around 1.098 milliseconds. It is on par with other magnetic keyboards with similar performance, 8000 Hz polling rates. It's actually faster than some even. But yeah, I doubt you'll notice any difference when comparing this keyboard to the other magnetic keyboards on the top of this list results, since it is already extremely fast. I also want to give a little disclaimer that these results can still vary slightly because there's some different factors that can affect the results. But yeah, these results should still be very accurate. For those interested on the milliseconds, here you go. Anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and test this keyboard out more in game.
Time to jump.
Oh, he dashed you.
Nice one, mate.
It is.
I think you need to go now. Yeah, that's why.
Flashing.
That's why you
Oh
need to go.
my god.
One enemy remaining.
Nice
Oh,
one.
nice, bro.
Over here.
Reloading.
Jetpack.
Wait, how did you do that?
Stay on me.
Idiot. Out of charges.
Yeah.
Let me but speak.
One
just-
enemy remaining.
He just looked in my dog's eyes and it just said, "Oh, hello."
King Kong, King,
Tough.
King, watch this mark.
30 seconds left.
Zack. Backside.
I have
There's a
spike
trip
down
first.
B.
Killed the cipher.
One enemy
Go.
remaining.
Oh, you watch behind me. You watch behind me.
Last player.
No, okay, peeking. Nice.
Nice, good job.
Blinded.
TNT.
54. One
Probably box. He was playing box. Oh, both box. Both box.
Both.
One enemy
No, no, no.
remaining.
Nice. Figs. Let's go.
Spike
You see
down
that, Mark?
B.
Do you see that?
One
Luka.
enemy
Nice.
remaining.
Last guy long. Last guy long.
Spike planted.
Wait, what? Getting ready. The series, the short stories.
Bad luck.
Oh.
They smoke to be.
None.
Step back.
Spike down B.
You can flank.
Hey, he dropped.
Somebody hit.
One enemy remaining.
Mid-side. Nice.
Nice.
Oh my god, Mix. That was all you.
So after playing and testing with the Dry Studio Battleye 74.5 magnetic keyboard, here's my experience so far. Now, as you saw from my gameplay in Radiant/Immortal ranked lobbies, as well as the latency tests, this keyboard will definitely not hold you back. It's very responsive, the rapid trigger. As soon as I press the keys, it does activate, and as soon as I let go, it does deactivate. All of the features work, the SOCD. I didn't really encounter any major issues with the keyboard. Oh, and yes, we did test this keyboard on no dead zone, if I remember correctly. And with zero dead zone on 0.01 millimeter like sensitivity, it does accidentally actuate. So yeah, for my case at least, so make sure you kind of increase the dead zone there. But yeah, there are also times that it doesn't accidentally actuate, so it's, I don't know, maybe it just needs some quick recalibration or something. And the accidental activation on zero dead zone is not really often, it's pretty rare actually, but yeah, just to be sure, if you don't really want to experience any of that, you can add some dead zone. Now, other than that, for my daily use, I also had no problems with it. I really liked its compact design. So if you're looking for something compact, maybe you want to travel with, this is an amazing keyboard. It does have all of the keys I needed, the arrow keys, the extra keys, delete key, the F layers. I really like it. And talking about about daily use, when I was using this keyboard for typing and stuff like that, the spacebar does double click on very sensitive settings. Nothing really major though, it is very easy to fix by increasing or decreasing the sensitivity a little bit. But even if it double clicks the spacebar, it doesn't really affect my gaming experience because in Valorant doesn't really do anything. But yeah, when I was typing it can get annoying, but thankfully you can easily change the profile by just, you know, quickly turning this knob over here. So again, nothing really major, very easy to fix. It also looked pretty cool on my setup. It does have a pretty special, unique look to it, especially the reflecting RGB and the screen again. Pretty big screen as well, by the way, and the fact that this is a knob, very cool. One thing that I would say though is I was really looking forward to the screen, but I feel like it's really lacking a lot of customizations. Again, a lot of hidden potential you can do with a few firmware updates probably. You can upload GIFs, and I think it's just the perfect place to put a GIF, not just a picture. Of course, the picture was amazing, being able to customize. I mean, it's not that even customizable. It's kind of stuck on that escape logo, you know, it's pretty good. But yeah, you can't really change that. The only things that you can change is, you know, whenever you're typing, the background wallpaper. But what if I'm not typing though, and I want the screen to have a customized look and stuff? And as well as the logo, you know, whenever you're switching the profile, but not really a big deal for me, not gonna lie. I would rather have, again, the customizable screen where the escape logo is located. Instead of just being stuck to that, I would want more customization. I also feel like the touch screen feature is such a waste for just being an escape key, because we kind of also have an escape key over here as well. So like two different escape keys. Why not make it more customizable where we can assign whatever key we want it to do or function as? Maybe even a volume where when I swipe down or swipe up, it does increase or, you know, decrease. That's pretty cool. I think it's also going to be a good idea if we can display like the time over here. Maybe we can switch to different looks, not just the escape key. But yeah, I didn't really see any ways to do that. Don't get me wrong, I do love the idea of a touchscreen over here and all of the functions it has so far, but there could be more. I'm just requesting for more features, please, and that is definitely very doable with a firmware update. You don't really have to replace the whole keyboard, or who knows, I might actually just be missing it. Please correct me if I'm wrong, because I also can make mistakes. I mean, we did try to firmware update it. This should be on the latest one, right? I don't know, maybe it's bugging. I wasn't able to install the latest one, or maybe I had to install the software in order to do more with the screen. I only really tried the web software. I didn't see on the website where to download it, or again, I might just be missing it. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna be saying regarding the screen. Pretty nice screen either way still. Anyways, would I recommend it? Do I think it's worth it? Well, let's talk about the price first. You can get this for as low as $281, around that price on the Starlight Reaper. But if you want this specific color, the Jungle Eye, it's gonna be around $312. But you might actually be able to get it for lower if you use my discount code, if they give me one. I'll flash it on the screen if they ever give me one. But for around that price, do I think it is worth it? Well, it is definitely not a budget-friendly price. I mean, $312 and as low as $281. But hey, I think the keyboard is pretty high quality though. Full aluminum case. Again, it does have an amazing screen, touch screen. It's pretty HD. There's a lot of things you can do hopefully with it in the future. The keyboard does perform very well according to my OSL TTCS tests. I do like how it looks like and sounds like. It is very premium. I've had an amazing experience with it so far. Pretty impressive gaming wise because of the performance, and as well as aesthetically wise. I think it looks very good. It is also pretty compact and very special, unique looking. I do like how it looks like. It also has these very adjustable feet that is patented apparently by Angry Meow, if I'm correct. So yeah, if the angle is a big thing for you, then you won't have to worry about that. So yeah, I can still definitely see this keyboard being worth it for a lot of you guys, but not everyone, because yeah, that price is pretty on the high end. It has a lot of competition for that price. It will really depend on you if you think it's worth it, if you really like the screen, it's performance wise, no problems with it. If you really like all of the things and features I mentioned about this keyboard, then yeah, I would recommend it for those guys. I honestly would recommend this like even more if the screen has more functionalities, to be honest, other than being an escape key and being slightly customizable. Anyways, for those interested, I'll be putting this keyboard first link in the description. That will also also be my affiliate links if I have one, and please use my discount code if I have one again. It would really support me and the channel a lot. I would really appreciate it. I also want to give a little disclaimer that this keyboard is sent to me by Dry Studio, but that won't change my review. Everything that you've been hearing me say about this keyboard are all my honest opinions and review. Anyways, I pray and hope that this video helped you in some way. I'll gonna see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to stay grateful and remember, Jesus loves you. Bye bye.